Hello folks, and welcome back to another Wise Game video. Today we're going to be playing Battle for Azeroth on the beta, and they actually came out about a day ago from the release of this video. They actually came out with the War Mode feature now for PvP, which I've been really looking forward to. I'm dying to try this thing out. It sounds like a very unique system, and my hat's off if everything I'm reading is actually going to play out and pan out as far as the expansion goes when it actually goes live. Now again, I always have to stress in any video I make covering these kind of games, especially in a beta test, that any information I'm covering in this video could always change at any time, so keep that in mind. But I'll try to keep you updated as much as I can down in the chat feature of this video. So, war modes, what are they exactly? It's a new way that they implemented now where we could actually engage in every daily routine when it comes to world questing, but we could do it in the danger of PvP by the opposing faction. The dangers that we're going to get by opting into this PvP feature, which sounds really cool. Now, again, there will be no more specific realms, no longer in Battle for Azeroth. So there will be no PvE realms, there will be no PvP realms. They will still have RP realms, and they will have now this feature where if somebody does want to engage in world PvP, they could do so by entering the war mode. How do you get into the war mode? Well, basically, the way you do it right now this could change in the future, but the way that we do it right now is every faction can do it in their main city. So for the Horde, it's Orgrimmar, and for the Alliance, as we could see here, it's going to be Stormwind. And basically, all you would have to do is come into the city. You don't have to speak to anybody. I thought originally you had to, but you don't. So all you have to do is just open up where your talents are. So, or you could hit the N key. Once you open this up, we're going to see that our talents now look different than it does on the live game as far as the menu goes. On the right here, we have our PvP talents, which they also implemented into the game along with the war mode. And here we have the option for war mode right at the very bottom. And it tells you a little bit about it. Enables world PvP with the opposing faction, activates PvP talents in the outdoor world. Now, if you want to opt into this, you just click on this round circle right down here, and it's going to say right on the top, world PvP toggled is now on. So now I am in open world PvP, basically. Now, when it comes to your major cities and save zones like that, that still applies to the way it used to be, as far as I know. So, like right now, I think if a Horde came into Stormwind and went to attack me, I think I would have to fight back first, or at least hit that person or that Horde player at least once for me to be flagged. Because if we go up to where my portrait is here, and we go to player versus player, it's still saying disable, but I don't know if we could go by that with this war mode feature, so we'll find out more about that as the game goes on. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of testing together, and we're going to see exactly how this is going to pan out right now and how it's working at this current stage. So I want to see, first of all, if this PvP mode is actually going to activate no matter where I go right now in the world. So in other words, if I went to, say, go to Duskwood, which I'll fly out there next, we're going to see if I actually go into this opt. So we'll just try to find Duskwood here. Let's see, even Westfall would be good. Let's see. Now we'll go to Westfall. That's a lot closer. And I'll explain a few things while we're flying there. What is war mode? What's the benefit? Well, number one, if you enjoy world PvP, we know all about that. So you can engage in world PvP against your opposing faction, but it's also going to give you the ability now of using your honor talents. And I did want to go over that a little bit too. If we open up the talent trees again here, we're going to see that this is what it looks like now. This is all you have for PvP talents. It's not a full tree like we have in Legions. But again, this could always change later. So right now you've got basically 4 choices. And at one time, I remember players telling me that you had to be cap level 120 for the PvP talents to kick in. But we could see right here, for me, I'm only level 111. They're actually showing up for me. So all you have to do is click on each circle, and you automatically get them all. Now this could be because I'm on beta that they're giving them to us already. This might change for live, and here you just simply pick whichever ones you want to use. I didn't set mine up perfectly yet. I'm just picking anything right now just to see if it actually works. And then if we go down to the next circle, we're going to see, a bunch of skills here that we could pick from, so on and so forth with each circle. So this is how you would set up your honor points, or I should say your PvP talents right now for Battle for Azeroth Beta. Now here we are landed in Westfall, and we could see right on the top right here where my buffs are, we're going to see that there's one particular buff now that's showing up called Enlistic. And this is experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests increased by 15%. Now, there's already on the forums some players saying, why does PvP is, when they go into war mode, why are they getting these rewards and benefits where we don't on the regular service? Well, number one, that's kind of like a reward we get for playing a more dangerous game. Let's face it, playing other players, fighting other players in the game, and just being able to get killed in a matter of seconds is a lot more dangerous than just fighting mobs when it comes to quests out in the open world. So that's our reward of them giving us the incentive again to PvP. Now, some of the other things you're also going to get too, I understand, is once you actually get to a certain level, like if you get really good at doing the open world PvP stuff, it's even going to be a gap filler when it comes to your conquest points each week. They're actually going to reward you conquest points if you could actually get a title called the Bounty Hunter. Now, what that's going to do is that if you could kill 10 enemy players without dying, which that sounds very difficult. But anyways, if you could do that, you're going to become what they call a bounty hunter. And you're actually going to be, there's actually going to be an icon in the area that you're in that the opposing players can see, where they could go and gang up on you and attack you. So it's a penalty that you're going to pay for. But again, if you could actually get that done, it's going to give you conquest points as a reward as far as that goes. As far as gear scaling goes, there will be some gear scaling, but it's not going to be a huge difference. It's pretty much going to be like it would be in an actual random battleground. So as far as gear scaling, there will be some of that. I'm not going to really get too much into that right now because I don't really know too much about it myself at the moment. But it does say that there will be some sort of gear scaling going into war mode. But as far as fighting PvE stuff like mobs and stuff like that for quests, that still remains the same. Okay, so as far as Westfall goes, I didn't see the full feature kicking in for out there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually fly out to, we're actually going to portal, to a Battle for Azeroth area, a new area in the game. And let's see if there's anything that's going to look different as far as my buffs or debuffs go on the top right of my screen. Now a little bit about, let's kind of tie this together now, because people are probably wondering, well, if there's no certain servers as far as PvE goes or PvP servers go, where are we actually being put when we actually opt into war mode? And this is what they say on Wowhead. Let's see here. This enables PvP talents in the open world, increases wards received at the cost of enabling world PvP. Players will be phased accordingly to their war mode selection during Battle for Azeroth. So those looking for more rewards, like increased experience and PvP actions, are always in the same type of what they call a realm shard. Note that you are flagged for PvP when entering zones controlled by the opposing faction, like cities and towns. So there we go right there. So now we're going to actually go out to Borrelus, which is a new Battle for Azeroth area, and we're going to actually go out here and see if anything looks different. Okay, so now right up here, now that we're out here, this is actually the icon I've been looking for. This is the icon that definitely says you're in war mode. If you see this blue looking icon on the top here, on the top of my screen, and for us it's called the Soldier of the Alliance. For the Horde, I'm sure it's called something else. And it says killing Horde players grants you 5 conquest points. Killing Horde Assassins, which is what I was calling the bounty players earlier, that's actually what it's called. Horde Assassins. And again, those are the guys that actually killed 10 opposing faction players without ever dying. And if you kill one of them, you earn 25 conquest points. After 10 Horde kills without dying, you will graduate to an Alliance Assassin, okay? Increasing your damage and healing by 15%. Now, that might seem like a nice increase, but when you're actually, because from what I understand, when you become an assassin, anybody in that zone knows that you're an assassin. I think it puts an icon or something up on the map. And so you're going to get a lot of attention if you're an assassin player because everybody's going to want to try to kill you. So you're going to need those 15%. And I bet you once you have a couple of players on you, you're not even going to notice that 15%. So, I wouldn't want anybody getting butthurt saying, my God, that's a hell of an increase for the PvP thing. But again, you're going to need it because now you're going to be recognized by everybody on the opposing faction in that certain zone that you're an assassin now. And I guess that's basically it, folks. I just wanted people to know that anybody who's playing beta, and again, some of this information could still be useful when the actual game goes live, of a little bit of how war modes works, and that war modes are definitely activated now in the Battle of Azeroth beta. So again, anything could change in this that I covered in this video, so keep that in mind. Feel free to comment below, sub up to follow more future videos from Wise Gamer, and we'll catch you the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.